Good morning, everybody. How we doing today? Today is Wednesday, December 11th, and welcome to another episode of Your Best Self. So, Best Self Weekly, where we focus on being your best self every single day, today, tomorrow, every week. So, as you know, some of the episodes have been about spirituality, faith, self-improvement, health, fitness. We've had a few guests on, but today we're going to talk a little bit more the self-improvement mindset side of things. And if you don't know me, my name is Hunter, and I'm 24 years old. And, I help and mentor other people. I help people become the best versions of themselves. And I have a 90-day transformational program, that I teach a lot of mindset tips that kind of set you up on that path to becoming that best versions of yourself. So that's what I do. And I love it so much. So, anyway, to get into today's episode, I like to talk about the things that I read, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm more of I remember better with imagery. So I wanted to talk to you today about two very famous, well-known authors and entrepreneurs and their transformational story. So I'm going to start off. My favorite book in the entire world is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It is amazing. Like it's unreal, unreal. And the second book I'm going to be talking about is a little bit of Atomic Habits and James Clear. So starting off with Jeff Olson though. So all right, so the beginning of the book, this is his transformational story. And it goes like this. So it's either beach bum versus the millionaire. So at one point he was the a beach bum before he became that successful millionaire. So in my mind, I see it like this. It helps me remember it. So on the left, we have the beach bum. So he had long, curly blonde hair, shirt off. He was lifting weights at the gym all day. He was getting girls. He was drinking. He was partying. He was working some part-time job, cutting grass or something. But just a beach bum, a beach chill dude, surfing, you name it. He even moved over to Daytona Beach, which is the capital of, spring break of the world, technically, I guess. That's what they call it. And let's see what else. But that's what he was doing. But the millionaire, he ended up going back to school. Now picture this, on the right side of like an image in your mind. Now the left side is him in the beach, the right side is him dressed in a nice suit. He has a wonderful family, children, successful businessman, like a briefcase, nice house in the background, amazing resume. He became a very successful entrepreneur and has multiple very successful businesses. So that transformation is very inspiring, right? Just picture living on the beach, no worries, like living out of a van, like don't have anything nice versus being an entrepreneur and you're a millionaire and you attract all these wonderful things, beautiful wife, kids, and yeah. So that transformation just goes to show that anything is possible, that we can fulfill our potential. But the really interesting thing is that Jeff Olson claims that he was the same person. Um, in both times of his life, and that he never changed. He only changed what he did, which is very interesting because he claims that um, him following something called the slight edge, which is really just doing small, consistent daily discipline habits every single day and just giving it time. And with time, those habits pay off. But it's like those small things that people skip all the time. But he says because of that, that's how he became that millionaire. He never changed who he was. He doesn't believe that we can, that he believes that we are who we are and we can't really like fully change. Um, but then again, he talks about how he never had like an overnight crazy transformation change. He never was struck by lightning. He never had a near death experience. It was just something that over time, by doing these habits, it slowly started to happen. And before he knew it, he was a millionaire, which is so cool. This is one of the biggest changes ever, and he went from nothing to a lot of things. And he is saying that all he did was change his habits, change the small simple daily disciplines that he did. So very inspirational. He says that it takes time and you just have to be consistent. So I really like his transformational story and how he ended up fulfilling his potential. and he literally went from nothing to, a very successful businessman. And with his daughter, he even had her be a big part of the business too. They had a coaching business, and I know they've done other things, but they had a very successful coaching platform. But the other one I wanted to talk about today was James Clear. He's the author of Atomic Habits. And I feel like his book, he talks a lot about almost the same exact things as Jeff Olson talks about. But I always say that the self-improvement authors kind of steal from each other, but kind of tweak it to their own words. But I feel like that's the same with everything. So, his part I want to talk about was specifically his baseball transformation. Um, at one point, he was hit in the face during his high school years by a bat, and it got so bad that the impact was so bad that he had to be flown out to a hospital, and he was in a coma. And that very next year, when he was a junior, he got cut from the varsity team. It was very humiliating. And his senior year, he ended up making the team, but he didn't play that much, barely got any playing time. And then he was able to go to a smaller college. And his first couple years, he didn't play at all. But before he knew it, his last couple years, he killed it. He won an ESPN award that only 30 players get in the nation. And then he won like eight different um, awards in different categories from his college, based upon his athletic performance. And then academically, he won like the biggest award you can win at the school, which is like the President's Award or something. But really cool transformation. And I know I kind of went through that really quick, but I mean, it just goes to show that we can fulfill our potential in anything. Now, this is just a little area of his life with baseball and being an athlete, but the whole thing is that he also claims that the small habits that he started doing, for example, he says that he started keeping his room tidy and clean. He started going to bed early, getting good sleep while his peers went to bed early. While his teammates went to bed late and stayed up playing video games all night. So, very cool how both these guys, very similar thing. They talk about habits, they talk about small habits and then paying off with time. Both have very similar stories. And, I can attest for my own life too that these small habits are so important, that they've changed my life and I've been able to grow um, in every single area of my life and make a huge amount of improvement, 110%. So, two transformational examples and stories that I just shared with you guys from two of the most successful authors in the self-improvement area of life, two successful entrepreneurs. And it just goes to show that change is possible, that we can fulfill our potential. Um, all it's so cool to read the beginning of a lot of books because it normally talks about their transformation. Just to add another one, a really quick one, is Lewis Holmes, or Howes, Lewis Howes, who's also right up there. Phenomenal book, one of the most successful podcasts. The beginning of his book, his latest book, The Greatest Mindset, he started off when he was 24 years old, living on his sister's couch. Um, he says in the book, broke as a joke, and it starts off there. He was a great, athlete, but he had to stop playing like college football because of some injuries. But obviously, the story, his story. He has one of the most successful podcasts nowadays, and one of the best authors. He's up there with James Clear and Jeff Olson. Probably, I think he's more popular for sure. I think he's more popular maybe because he's more of the younger generation for sure. But anyway, they're all three killing it. Those are three examples of people who've changed their lives, fulfilled their potential. And it just goes to show that every single one of you guys can change your life too. And we can always become better. We can become the best versions of ourselves, you know. And it all starts with habits essentially. What kind of habits are you going to do? Are they serving you or are they hurting you? Um, so that's the invitation to everyone out there, is to ask yourself, first of all, what habits am I doing? And are they hurting me or are they helping me? If I were to do these habits every day for 90 days, for 1 year, for 5 years, for 10 years, would these help me or hurt me? So something to ask yourself, um, very powerful stuff when you do like a deep audit of your life or reflection. But that's the thing that I want to share with you guys today. I hope that you can be the best versions of yourselves, today, tomorrow, every single day. Um, yeah, and please do that invitation. I appreciate you tuning in and listening today. Have a blessed Wednesday. And yeah, let's get the momentum going and let's just be the best version of ourselves today in every area of life. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your day.